It's the NFL on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Philadelphia Eagles and the Houston Texans. And it's coming up next on Madden Football.
We are just about 10 miles south of downtown. You get a look inside NRG Stadium in Houston, the home of the Texans. So good to have you with us. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson up here in the booth. And Greg, this is one of those games that a little old school. Maybe if it was in black and white, it would be fitting, right? We had a couple of teams who love to hand it off and see their running backs do it on the ground.
It's just so cool, and you mentioned it, Mike. Maybe 10, 15 years ago, this would have been the norm on any given weekend, but we're seeing the game trend to more of a passing-style offense. If you want to score points, it mostly comes through the air. So for these two kind of throwback offenses that rely so heavily on their running backs, for anybody that loves old-school power football, I think we're in for a treat.
It's Jake Elliott ready to get this one kicked off. And off we go from Houston. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Houston offense heading out to the field for the first time. They're led by the NFL's Offensive Rookie of the Year in 2023. From Ohio State, it's C.J. Stroud.
You could certainly make the case, Mike, that he had one of the best rookie seasons by a quarterback in NFL history. Not so much just his personal play, but he has completely rejuvenated that Houston Texans locker room and that Houston Texans organization. It was incredible watching him as a rookie. I'll tell you what, though, I think he's even more capable here in his second year under center. These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains. This offense, they're not interested in taking the deep shot here. Second and short, the way they're running the ball, pound the rock, reset the downs, and just keep the drive alive.
And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. From the gun, here's Stroud. Open man, downfield, it's Nico Collins. And he will go all the way. Nico Collins. Touchdown, Texans. Terrific way to start this one, Greg, on the opening drive. Getting the ball in the air, down the field, and into the end zone for 6.
We wondered all week, Mike, if this secondary would get tested, especially as the game progressed. Well, we didn't have to wait very long. I mean, a big play early, and we got ourselves a 6-0 ball game.
Now, Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. His kick is good, and the Texans will take a 7-0 lead. And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it up. Avery Williams on the return. Now an opening past the 30. He gets 3. And he nearly takes it the distance, just short of the goal line. A spectacular return.
Oh, man, you know he wanted that one. He's going to wind up just short of the goal line, but what a return it was. When he got to midfield, Mike, I thought he was gone. I mean, it won't be a touchdown, but he set his guys up first and goal, and that was electric to watch.
He will happily take this starting field position. They begin with first and goal at the 2. He's got his big tight end, Mark Andrews. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Greg, it's the quarterback's best friend, and you were that guy for a lot of years. The tight end in a tight area with man coverage.
Yeah, and it's really twofold, Mike, right? First and foremost, we see so many of these tight ends around the league that now have gotten to the point where one-on-one matchups, that's advantage offense. But then even in the cases they don't create great separation, Mike, it's their size, their catch radius. It's such a friendly target for the quarterback that when things get tight in the red zone, they look to the tight end.
The score, 7-7 as they kick it off. On the return, it's Dameon Pierce. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Texans offense ready to get going with their second possession. They'll try to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. I fumbled the football. That'll be picked up by the Eagles. And there it is. The defense comes up with the big play, forcing the fumble as they get their offense right back on the field. Coming up, Greg, with a big turnover.
Taking the ball away, Mike, has really become an art form in the NFL. Some teams are good at it, some teams not so much. But in this case, great job by the defense taking that one away.
The Eagles offense ready for their second possession. They'll begin with the football in the red zone already as the defense has their back to the wall to start this drive. On 1st down, it's Hurts. That's to the right side. He's got Andrews. To the goal line and in. Mark Andrews. Touchdown, Eagles. That's 2 touchdowns for him now in this first quarter alone. What an opening quarter he is having. Greg, that is 2 touchdown receptions here in the first quarter.
Mike, all this guy has to do is keep this pace up, and he's going to have himself 8 touchdowns. But in all seriousness, if I'm this quarterback, I'm not looking anywhere else until this defense proves they have an answer, because right now, they don't have one.
Here comes Elliott to kick this one away. Here's Pierce for the return. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Texans offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a 1st down. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. He keeps it himself. Now a stoppage for an injured Texan. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. 2nd and 7. Out of the gun, here's a give to Mixon. And this will be a Texans 1st down as he gets this up to the 40-yard line. Now, Stroud. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down.
Really nice start for this defense here early through the first quarter. 2 different players, each recording a sack. Offensive line's going to have to get together on the sideline with their coach and identify where's the weakness in our protection.
Oh, a loose football. The Eagles have it.
And as you can see with that fumble, Mike, it really just goes back to the fundamentals of how they're taught to carry the ball. And they talk about the points of pressure. And the biggest thing really, Mike, is you want the front tip of the ball, the part where your fingers cover, to always be higher than the back tip of the ball. So often you see that front tip go down, and it makes it so much easier for that defender to kind of rake it out. So you want pressure against the outside of the ball, both tips, the inside of the ball, and then keep that front point up.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. He's got it at about the 8. And he's got another one. Mark Andrews. Touchdown, Philadelphia. He has come out of the gate smoking. His 3rd touchdown, all in this opening quarter of play. Elliott on now for the PAT. He gets it to go, and the Eagles will take a 21-7 lead. So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. Here's Pierce for the return. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. Texans offense and running back Joe Mixon heading out onto the field. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Here's 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6 at the 29-yard line.
Stroud to throw. The ball comes out. That'll be picked up by the Eagles. And he is going to bring this one back. It is a fumble recovery for a defensive touchdown. Well, Greg, they were playing with fire. He lost the ball once. This time it is not only fumbled, but returned for a touchdown by the defense.
Yeah, now you're starting to sense a little bit of a trend here, Mike. I mean, twice he's put the ball on the ground. This time leads directly to a defensive touchdown. He has to do a better job. Keep 2 hands on the ball. Ball security in the pocket. They work on it every single day in quarterback drills. It's gotten away from him today. This is something that defenses are going to continue to attack.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. Here's Pierce for the return. And they'll get this up past the 20, and that's where they'll set up shop. The Houston offense going to make their way back onto the field. They are facing an uphill climb early. Begin this drive with 1st and 10. They'll go play action with Stroud. And the rush too strong. They're in there in a flash for the sack.
If you can't protect the quarterback in the NFL, you might as well just throw your entire playbook in the garbage. Everything starts there. And with the amount this quarterback's been hit and taken down here in the 1st quarter, are we confident that we're going to be able to even see him in the game come the 2nd?
And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. That is Jalen Carter, the Georgia product, barreling in for the sack. What can they do here? This is 3rd and forever. Throwing is Stroud. That is out quickly into the hands of Kirk. And he'll be stopped short of a 1st down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down. The Texans getting all set to punt, as he'll take this a yard or 2 into his own end zone. To return is Williams. And he'll be brought down. Short return, and they'll take over there. Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia offense set to take over once more. And to break the huddle, coming up now for 1st and 10. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. They'll fake the give. Now it's Hurts. That's caught downfield by Smith. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone. And this is where you have to finish drives.
To throw, Hurts. He's going to keep it himself.
It's a nice job here defensively. Down here tight, it's easy to be so concerned about stopping the pass that you lose sight of the quarterback when he decides to become a runner. Not the case here. Picks up a little positive yardage, sets up 2nd and goal.
And he gets out wide. He'll go to the end zone. Jalen Hurts. Touchdown, Eagles. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
Elliott, good on the extra point. And the Eagles are able to extend their first quarter lead. Here comes Elliott to kick this one away. Here's Pierce for the return. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin then. The Texans offense ready to take over once more. They'll begin with 1st and 10. To throw, it's Stroud. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
If this quarterback's offensive line had as much fight as he does, I don't think they'd be in this situation to begin with. I mean, it's not even halftime here, Mike, and they've already given up 6 sacks. At this rate, I'm not sure they're confident their quarterback's going to make it out of this game in one piece.
And that'll go for a gain of about 4. That's Azeez Ojulari in on the tackle.
A gain of 4 brings up 3rd and 13.
From the gun here on 3rd down, it's Stroud. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
This has been a masterful game plan defensively. I mean, not only have they found their mismatches and been able to exploit them, it's led to 7 sacks so far. I mean, even when the offense seems to make an adjustment, Mike, the defense just still seems to be one step ahead of them.
And this is going to set up a long field ahead. Backed up as it is touchdown inside the 10. First carry for Saquon Barkley. And that'll be a pickup of 3. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. He'll stay on the ground with Barkley. And he's going to pick up a 1st down. Nice run to the 18-yard line.
Azeez Al-Shaair on the tackle. A gain of 9 yards. 1st down, Philadelphia.
Once again, it's Barkley. He'll work his way forward for about 3 yards. Daniil Hunter with the stop. Here's a handoff to Barkley. And he'll get 4 here, up to the 24-yard line. They'll come up to 3rd and 3. So they'll talk over what to do on this 3rd down play as we have hit the end of the 1st quarter. It's the Eagles with the early advantage. Third down, 3 to go. They'll try to run here with Barkley. A gain there of 10 yards. Good for an Eagles 1st down.
There's a big conversation going on right now around the NFL about what is the true value of having a run game. And I've always thought it comes down to being good at 3 situations. Can you run the ball in the 4th quarter with a lead? How well can you run the ball on the goal line? And then in this case, how well can you run the ball in short yardage situations?
They'll run it here with Saquon. And he works past the 40, taken down after a gain of 7. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. I'll run up the middle with Barkley. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. On third down, they'll go with Saquon. They tried the same thing and a similar result. Back to the line of scrimmage, no gain. Here comes fourth down. They're indeed going. It hurts. That one caught by Smith. And he's out of bounds, but not until he gets inside the 25-yard line. An incredible play there on fourth down in their own territory. 35 yards.
Well, you can see the entire sideline and, frankly, the entire fan base kind of holding their breath. That decision on your own side of midfield to go for it on fourth down, had they not gotten it, that's a tough position to put your defense in, but that's a conversation for another day. The offense is going to stay on the field after the conversion, and now they got to see, can they take advantage of that aggressive play call and finish this drive with points?
They'll run. It's Barkley. And he'll be taken down.
The offensive line doing a great job opening these run lanes. They have been there this entire first half, and I think if I'm this play caller, until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away, I think I'm just going to keep turning around and handing it to that guy.
Here's Barkley, and he will get into the end zone. Saquon Barkley, touchdown Philadelphia. This defense continuing to give up points. Greg, you've been on offenses like this. This has to feel great when you're on a roll like this.
And it's really twofold, Mike. First and foremost, just like you said, every offense in the league works all week. We want to start out fast. We want to establish some early rhythm and play our style of game. They've certainly done that. Now, on the flip side, what does it do to your opponent? It takes them completely out of their game plan, knowing this early in the game, they're chasing points.
The score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. Here's Pierce for the return. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. The home team's offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They'll try to get this a bit more respectable before the break. It has not been their half to this point. Let's see what they do on this drive. First down now.
Running back looked a little unsure of himself on that carry there, Mike. You have to think back to that fumble earlier in the game. How much is that still weighing on his mind? He didn't really seem to attack that hole like we've seen in the past. He gets stopped. No gain.
Here comes 3rd and 6. Throwing from the pistol, Stroud. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack. Here's Tommy Townsend now, as he'll hit this from just outside of his own goal line. This will be returned from the other side of midfield. And it's a good return here, able to take it across the 50, set up the offense with a short field. Saquon Barkley and this Eagle offense set to take over again. 3 tight ends in the game to start the drive. They'll have a short field in front of them as they try to extend this lead out further. And a strong first down run, a pickup of 9. Setting up 2nd and short. They'll run straight ahead with Barkley. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
What we're seeing here in this first half, Mike, is an example of the offensive line, the running back, and the play caller all on the same page. The execution and the ability to continue to pick up chunk plays on the ground has been a great start for this offense.
On the handoff, this is Barkley. And they are not going to catch up. He's in. Saquon Barkley. Touchdown, Eagles. His second touchdown of this first half. What a standout performance early on in this one. That his second rushing touchdown of the game.
And some backs, Mike, they just have a sense of finding the end zone and being able to finish off these runs. That's exactly what this guy has been able to do today, and we're just getting started.
The extra point by Elliott is good. And the Eagles stretch things out even further. Here comes Elliott to kick this one away. Here's Pierce for the return. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The home team's offense starting to trot out for this next possession. Will try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. That's to the tight end, Stover. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Here's a 2nd and 9.
At the 28-yard line.
To throw is Stroud. That's over the middle and caught by Collins. Third and a yard. They'll try and run for this with Mixon. Heading outside, going to be close. It's going to depend on the spot. They're going to mark him short, and it is going to be 4th down. 2 minutes to go here till halftime. The punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today.
Pretty sure if he had a chance to do that one all over again, Mike, that's just a simple, fair catch decision. He underestimated the ability to how fast that gunner could get down the field. They take advantage of it. Not only does he take the big hit,
and he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Open man, that's Collins. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. Here's Stroud. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack. 4th down, and on comes Kaimi Fairbairn for the Houston field goal. And this one is blocked. A big hole. Past the 40. To the 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Greg, those are the momentum swings that get you. One team is looking to add 3. Instead, the other team adds 6, thanks to the ability to block the kick.
Yeah, and in this case, Mike, the players are constantly reminded by the coaches, you never know. Just keep rushing, keep rushing. You could rush 100 times, but if you do it full speed, the 101st, you stick your hand up. That's the one where it connects with the ball. In this case, that's exactly what happens. Scoop, score, change the game.
So, we've hit halftime, and it's the visitors, the Eagles, out on top. As we'll send you over to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman standing by. He's got the EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Michael, thanks very much as we welcome you into our downtown Orlando studios and the EA Sports Halftime Report. Here, it was the always dangerous Saquon Barkley with the impressive first half. He's over 100 yards rushing for the game already and found the end zone twice as well.
All right, Coach, second half, drawing near. Glad to have you back with us here on EA Sports. One-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. And he'll be out of bounds on the return. And the drive will begin there. The Eagles offense and running back Saquon Barkley heading back on the field. And you have to imagine the defense is saying, how do we stop this guy? He has run roughshod through him to this point in the third quarter. Back to throw here to begin the drive. He connects with Gray on that one. And he's going to have this one up near the 28.
Mike, think back to our conversation during the break. We've kind of both asked ourselves, are they content with this double-digit lead? Do they come out and play conservative here in the second half? Well, it took exactly one play to get our answer.
And he'll get about 5 past the 30-yard line. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Once again, they'll give it to Shipley. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. That's E.J. Speed getting in there to make the tackle. They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. Another carry here for Shipley. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
And what a play by the interior of this defensive line. There was nowhere to run. He's able to get in the backfield for a big stop, and it sets up 4th down.
No move for the punt team. The offense staying out there for 4th down. That is caught. Hooks gets the grab. 24-yard pickup as they convert on 4th down.
A little bit of a risky decision for some, Mike, but frankly, I really like it. I think the days of being aggressive on 4th down, even on your side of the field, are here to stay. And while some people say this is over-aggressive, in this case, the aggressiveness paid off, and they're going to keep this drive alive.
A run with Barkley. Not much happening there, just a short gain. Here's 2nd and 9. Now they'll set up to throw. He's got it at the 7. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Eagles. A terrific play all the way around. Finished off by the receiver, who not only made the grab, but Greg turned it up and takes it into the end zone.
And that's the tricky part, Mike, that transition from receiver to runner. And in this case, he does it flawlessly. Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then get upfield and get yourself in the end zone.
Elliott, good on the extra point. And the Eagles will add one more onto. So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. Here's Pierce for the return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. C.J. Stroud and the Houston offense set to get going again. And it's been a struggle all afternoon. The defense done a great job taking him away from his game, taking his weapons away, and he is yet to find anything to lean on in this one. Here's 1st and 10. They'll begin on the ground, and here's Mixon. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Try again. It's 2nd and 10. Here's a toss right side to Mixon. And he's able to find a crease. Get ahead for 7. He'll bring up 3rd down.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Stroud. A short throw pulled in by Schultz. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a 1st down.
For a Houston Texans.
Give running right. It is Mixon. And a short pickup, too. About the 42-yard line.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Throwing on 2nd down. Stroud. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line.
And up until this point, we haven't seen a lot go their way, but here in the 3rd quarter, they're starting to find some plays. They're starting to get some opportunities. Just got to ask yourself if it's too little, too late.
On 1st down, it's Stroud. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
A loss of 11. It's 2nd and 21 at the 44-yard line.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Back to throw. Stroud. He'll get this out wide. And he's not going to be able to get away. Good defense on the perimeter. It'll be a loss of yardage.
What an impressive play by this linebacker. I mean, Mike, back in the day, you would never see a linebacker take down a wide receiver in the open field like that. But these guys are tremendous athletes who can really hold their own in space. And he killed that play before it even had a chance to develop.
From the gun, here's Stroud. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
I think the defense came in confident that they'd be able to get after the quarterback, right, Mike? When we met with them this week, they felt like they had a really good plan, some exotic looks, some different pressure packages, and it's worked to perfection. I'm not sure they thought they'd be 1 sack away from breaking the NFL record for the most sacks in a single game, but here we are.
And some good running on that return as he takes it up close to midfield. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
At the 47-yard line.
They run out of the gun with Barkley. And he'll get this down to the 40. That's a nice run. And it's also a 1st down.
He's tackled at the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 6. 1st down, Philadelphia.
Here's Shipley. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. A carry here for Shipley. He'll burrow his way forward for a couple. Big Sheldon Rankins in there for the stop. Got to get it to the 30. Here comes 3rd down. So, 3 quarters now in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Third and 6. He'll drop to throw. We'll try to set up the screen here with Shipley. Good-looking screenplay there, a gain of 11 and a first down.
Now it just seems like this offense is piling on. I mean, after a day where they have completely dominated their opponent, a lot of offense would just be content with handing this ball off, but not this group. They continue to throw the ball, and they continue to get chunk plays, and they showed they're not going to slow down until that final whistle blows.
On first down, here's Shipley. He'll carry this one inside the 20, into the red zone. Give him 8 on that carry. Here's 2nd and 2.
At the 17-yard line.
On the ground, this is Shipley. And he'll work his way for about 4 yards. That's good enough for a first down.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down.
On the handoff, it's Shipley. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down. They'll run with Shipley. And good hard running will get him down close to a first down. Might be a yard short. On 3rd down, they'll go with Shipley. And the Eagles are going to be set up with 1st and goal. He couldn't quite break the plane, but they'll have it at the 1-yard line.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the first down.
They'll try to run this one in. And he'll just get up inside those big bodies up front. And he's in. Will Shipley. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Greg, in the end zone again. I'm running out of different ways to say touchdown. They're doing it so often here today.
Mike, some offensive play callers, once they get the lead, it's just milk the clock and let's get out with a win. But not this coach. He is trying to score every single time they possess the ball.
The offense will stay out there as they will line up and go for 2. And I don't think he got there. He did not. They mark him short. The try for 2, unsuccessful. So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. Here's Pierce for the return. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The home team's offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. Great, kind of a head scratcher in this one. A fumble or two here or there. That's going to happen. But they've continually put the ball on the ground in this one.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I've ever seen anything quite like it, and kind of seems like when it rains, it pours. It gets a little mental for the ball carriers. They're kind of contagious in a sense, Mike. But you know who also gets really wrapped up in it is the defense. They say, hey, I've seen that ball pop out time and time again. You get those guys continuing to believe it's going to come out and attack the ball, and you have days like this today.
To the left side, caught by Schultz. And he'll be brought down up past the 35-yard line. So, from the 36, it is 1st and 10. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed pass.
And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Now, Stroud. Oh, they are on him in a flash, and he's lost the football. And the defense has it. Well, the ball comes out, and the scramble for it, it ends up becoming a turnover, and the offense walks off the field disappointed with that fumble.
Mike, when you look at a stat sheet at the end of the game and you want to determine which team wins and which team loses, at the top of the list is ball security. Which team does a better job protecting it, and which team does a better job taking it away.
And the back judge throws the flag. He looks at the ball, looks at the clock. Clock says 0. That's a delay of game. They'll give it here to Shipley. And he's going to be taken down.
And this running game has really been rolling, Mike, all game long. The holes, the run lanes, they've been there consistently. Here's another nice run as they look to put this game away.
A run on 1st and goal to the 5-yard line. Now here's 2nd and goal. Play clock down to 0. That's going to be a delay.
Delay of game, offense.
From a little further back, here's 2nd and goal. Following the penalty, they'll run it. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. So, 2 minutes to play here in the 2nd half. Good job so far by the defense protecting the short field. Now it's 3rd and goal. Trying to reach for the goal line, but he's going to come up just short. Wow, that's going to set up 4th down.
Brings up 4th and goal at the 1-yard line.
They'll try it now with Barkley. And he's into the end zone yet again. Saquon Barkley. Touchdown, Eagles. That is his 3rd touchdown of the afternoon. We might need a calculator before this one is done. It has been one-sided, and the route rolls on, Greg.
Absolutely, Mike, and they just keep piling on the points. I mean, this offensive play caller, he's saying it's never enough. I'm going to try to score with every possession, and we've seen him do that all game long.
This is caught. He's got it. And they tack 2 more onto their lead.
Mike, I think all of us can remember exactly where we were during a certain Super Bowl where throwing the ball this close to the goal line ended up being a disaster. But unlike that time, they ran this pass play to perfection, and the result, 2 points.
Here's Pierce for the return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The home not looking good, but see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with first down. That's caught. It's Joe Mixon. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line. So they come to the line for first down and 10. Stroud going to set up to throw. And the quarterback scrambling, maneuvers his way back to the line of scrimmage, but that's all he can get out of that one. On play action, Stroud. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack. So it's a win here for the visiting Eagles. They got out of the gates hot, ran out to the big first quarter lead, did not look back as they cruise in this one. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody.